Alright, so we're going to show you how to put brick in a bus. We had the idea for brick, a couple of different reasons. Love the look of it. I don't think there's anything I like more than a natural wood up against a brick style, and that industrial pipe that's going to tie it together is going to be our final touch. Right now in this little segment, I'm going to show you what it is we're doing, what are we using to put this stuff up, and how it is we are confident it's going to hold in place. So, first and foremost, we're using thin brick, and you can check this style out. If you zoom in a little bit closer, you'll see these are not traditional bricks. They're not as thick as the ones they build houses out of, and they're mounted to this fiberglass mat. And you can do this one of two ways. You can buy the bricks and put them on the mat yourself. We chose just to buy them already on the fiberglass mats to save the time. They look like this. When you have sections, we've cut a few of these to fit. I've used an angle grinder to cut these. You can also use a tile saw as well. And once you apply the adhesive to the wall, the back of this fiberglass mat is going to grip to it. What are we using for adhesive? That's a great question. Eons ago, we put in this wood floor. And the wood floor was one of the big pieces. We didn't want it moving anywhere. It was also a huge part of the structure of our floor. And we mounted it in place with a product called Titebond 231 Select. We've used more of this stuff in the construction of our interior than any other product. We were really, really excited to use this, which is another Titebond product. It's called Titebond Pros Advantage Ultimate Advanced Polymer Adhesive. But I think we got an old batch, because when we tried to squeeze this out of the tube, we almost broke the silicone gun. Anyway, we've been putting this in with our floor glue, which is good for vinyl, masonry, and concrete, and it's actually come together pretty damn good. In addition, our final touch was just screwing these into place with a wide head screw, and then we were able to secure the mat to the wall, and it's going to stay in place for a long time. Alright, so here's the tools we're using. Plastic putty knife. You can buy these in about a pack of 5 for a couple of dollars. And then we also have this, got teeth on it that spread that glue out evenly in kind of a ridge-like pattern, like a mountain ridge. And that allows everything to adhere properly without getting any air bubbles stuck. What we are choosing to do is put this in with glue and then screw it in with wide head screws. We're using Tex brand lathe screws, and these have a wide enough head on them to be able to grip the fiberglass mat and hold it down to the board without actually cutting up the brick. Here is what it looks like. This glue is incredibly thick and incredibly adhesive. So don't get this stuff in your hair. We've done it. And this onto the wall. I'm really going to try to get for an even pattern. Once I've got that applied, take my applicator, scrape it across, and it throws lines in this for me to keep the glue even. We found that watching our bus shift from the cold season to the hot season we're in now, we watched all these boards and everything move inside of the bus, and oftentimes could hear it changing as the weather started to warm up. And that means that any adhesive you use has to be very flexible. It has to stay flexible, otherwise it'll just crack and it'll break. So the reason why we chose this floor glue is if you took a quarter-size ball of this and put it on the floor, it would stick to the floor, and you could try to pry it up a week later, and you would pull on it, it would become almost like silly putty, how stretchy it actually is. And that's what holds everything in place when you got the walls shifting and the vibration when you're going down the road. This is not a traditional camper. We are building in a steel box, and steel's pretty unforgiving, so the suspension only takes so much in this bus. Everything else while we're moving will vibrate quite a bit. So having that extra flexibility in the adhesive we use makes all the difference. It's going to help this last quite a bit longer also.
We apply a little bit extra glue to the back of these fiberglass brick sheets just to, you know, really confirm that they're gonna stay on there.
Yeah, the company that puts these bricks onto the sheets just uses one line of glue down the middle, which is probably enough to hold them on. But again, all that movement that we're going to see in the bus, we really don't want to have to tack a brick back up, or several, once these have already gone in, after we've done the initial install. So this just goes through the holes in the fiberglass mat, helps grab onto the brick a little bit more. Putting this bad boy in right here. That we already had, which was just a couple of Lowe's pens or pencils, Home Depot pencils. This will be consistent. Go. Not putting constant pressure on these. Once I have my initial adhesion, just throwing this screw in. To hold the fiberglass mat up.